One, we are now on chapter 8 of our course, Pricing Strategies. So we're going to discuss today about dynamic and flexible pricing methods. For our learning outcomes at the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand what is variable pricing, what is differential pricing, and what is dynamic pricing. First is variable pricing. So it's a marketing strategy to sell products to consume at different prices. So when we say variable, it's different across the board, no? So for example, to make it clearer, so yung mga movie tickets are priced differently for adults, children, and seniors. They also have regional pricing for products based on local economic conditions, and we also have discount based on purchase quantity. Di ba minsan, pag bibili tayo ng mas marami, mas nakakatipid tayo. So it's not fixed actually the price. So variable pricing is a marketing strategy, again, where the same product is sold at different prices depending on the factors like time, location, demand, or customer segment. So this approach allows businesses to maximize revenue and appeal to different market groups. So again, for example, yung mga movie tickets nga natin, di ba, iba-iba yung price niya because it reflects on varying on the willingness or ability to pay. Siyempre, iba yung presyo ng mga bata. And of course, you will, as kung kayo ay familiar o kung some of you are parents, di ba, pagka you are not going to pay the full, so kung may mga maliliit kayong bata na same price with the adult, syempre hindi naman siya pa ganun ka ano sa panonoorin yan dahil parang ano lang siya, parang entrance price lang ng bata. When it comes to regional pricing, so it adjusts the prices based on the local economic conditions. So products may be cheaper in lower income regions to boost accessibility. And when it comes to quantity discount, di ba, pagka mas madami, it encourages bulk purchases by offering lower price per unit when more items are bought. So this strategy again helps companies to stay competitive and responds to the flexibility of the market dynamics. What is the importance of variable pricing when it comes to market segmentation? So variable pricing enables businesses to effectively serve different customer groups by tailoring the price based on the characteristics like age, income, or location. So this targeted approach helps meet the specific needs and expectation of each segment. And when it comes to revenue maximization, by charging different prices based on each segment's willingness to pay, businesses can extract more value from the market. So this strategy increases overall revenue compared to a one price fits all model. And of course, for the increased accessibility, so variable pricing allows products or services to be more affordable for price sensitive customers such as students or seniors. This not only expands the customer's base but also promotes inclusivity and customer satisfaction. The key components of variable pricing is the customer segment. So these are the key component variable pricing strategy, allowing businesses to adjust prices based on the customers is and how they behave. So under customer segment, we have the demographic segmentation. So prices are tailored based on the factors like age, income, or occupation. So for example, students or seniors often receive discounts due to limited income or greater price sensitivity. When it comes to behavioral segmentation, this involves analyzing customer behavior such as loyalty or purchasing habits. So loyal customers may receive exclusive deals or discounts, while first-time buyers might get introductory offers to encourage conversion. So by understanding the and targeting specific customer segments, businesses can set prices that align with each group's perceived value and willingness to pay. component of variable pricing is the market condition. So it plays a crucial role in variable pricing strategy, influencing how prices are set across different region and economic environments. So first is yung geographic differences, di ba? Iba-iba naman talaga tayo ng lugar. So prices may vary between urban and rural areas due to different in demand, competition, and operational costs. So for instance, products might be priced higher in cities where customers have greater access and higher spending power. And when it comes to economic factors like GDP, average income, and cost of living, it affects customers' ability to pay. Diba? Variable pricing allows businesses to adjust prices in line with these economic conditions, so making products more competitive and accessible to diverse markets. So this approach helps companies remain flexible and relevant across varying market landscape. Component for variable pricing is the product or service attributes. So there are key components of variable pricing strategy, as different features or customization levels can justify different price points. So under this is the customization levels. So products or service that can be personalized, such as custom built computers or tailor-made clothing, di ba yung mga pinapatahi nyo, often carry higher prices because they offer more value to the customers. And then of course, if they have special add-ons, so businesses can offer base model at a lower price and allow customers to choose extra features or upgrade for an additional cost. So this lets customers to pay only for what they need, while allowing companies to maximize revenue for those who seek enhanced options. So this strategy aligns pricing with perceived value of what the customer receives. To the variable pricing model. So first is bundling. So businesses sell multiple products or services together at a discounted price. So many restaurants offer combo meals that includes a drink, a side, and a main dish for one price. And many retailers offer discounts on items when they purchase in bulk. Next is yung dynamic pricing. So businesses charge different prices for their products or services based on real-time changes in demand. So this type of pricing is common in airline, hotel, or rental car industry. When using this pricing model, businesses adjust their prices minute by minute, hour by hour, or day by day based on the demand spikes. And lastly is the penetration pricing. So businesses charge a low price for their products or service to attract customers and gain market share. So once the business has a large enough customer base, it's the time for them to raise the price. Model is the skimming pricing. So consumers pay a high price for their products or services when they first launch. As demand decreases and competition increases, businesses lower their prices. So number example nito is yung Apple. When they launch a new iPhone, it charges a high price for the device. As the demand decreases and other companies release similar products, Apple lowers the price of their iPhones. Next is the customized price. This type of pricing is becoming more common on companies as company moves to subscription-based business model. So for example, in Salesforce.com charges different prices for its CRM software based on the features that each customer needs. And we also have pay what you want. So businesses allows customer to pay whatever price they want to product or service. So this type of pricing is uncommon, di ba? Parang hindi naman siya acceptable actually to the business side na they will just going to accept how much money or payment the customer can give. So but it's been used by some businesses. Advantages of variable pricing. So when businesses increases the price in times of high demand, they can earn more revenue while limiting the number of customers they serve. This allows businesses to maintain a high level of quality and service. And for complex products, variable pricing allows businesses to charge different prices based on the features each customer needs. This allows businesses to better match their prices to the customer's perceived value. And of course, variable pricing can help businesses to increase sales of slow-moving items by bundling them with other products or services. Disadvantages of variable pricing. So many customers may feel that the dynamic pricing is unfair, especially if they purchase a product or service only to find out that the price has dropped soon after, di ba? Yun yung presyo binayaran, kinabukasan o mamaya lang bigla siyang bumaba. This can result into low levels of customer satisfaction. So variable pricing can be complex to implement, and businesses need to have revenue optimization system in place to track changes in demand and prices. If businesses use dynamic pricing to increase price during high levels of demand, they may alienate their customers and damage their reputation. Di ba? Parang to kilala mo company na mababa siyang magbigay ng presyo or affordable, bigla silang magtataas. So parang madadamage or questionable yung kanila ang pag-increase. We also have differential pricing. So this strategy is sometimes called discriminatory pricing, flexible pricing, multiple pricing, or dual and variable pricing. So this means that while some of the output is sold at standard prices, other parts are permitted to be sold at variable prices. So the consumer's purchasing power determines these variable prices in addition to the other market forces, such as the timing of the consumers' purchases. So it allows companies to maximize revenue by tailoring prices to various customers groups' willingness to pay. Objectives of differential pricing. So first is maximizing revenue. So businesses can capture consumer surplus by charging different prices based on purchasing behavior. When it comes to market segmentation, so identifying and targeting specific customer groups to optimize pricing strategies. And when it comes to utilization of resources, ensuring capacity or inventory is fully utilized by adjusting the prices dynamically. So when it comes to competitiveness, adapting prices to stay ahead of competitors in different market segments. So ano ba yung mga example ng different pricing? So we have yung senior citizen discount. So this helps seniors on a fixed income and encourage them to use the service. We also have early bird pricing, di ba? Airlines often charge less if you book your ticket well in advance, mga 6 months before or 2 months. Mas mura siya rather than dun sa on that day or day before mo siya bibilin. We also have student discount. Di ba yan? Na-enjoy nyo yung minsan sa pagsakay sa jeep or sa bus. And we also had the happy hour special. So restaurants and bars might offer lower prices on drinks and food during specific hours. Differential pricing. First is the customer segments. So businesses analyze their customers to see who's buying their products. They may give special prices to different groups like students or seniors to attract more of those customers. Next is yung geographic location. So if you live far from a store, they might charge more for delivery. But if you're nearby, they can offer lower price or free delivery. When it comes to product variation, so companies offer different version of the product. So for example, yung mga smartphones comes in various models with different features, and they set the prices based on what each version offers. When it comes to time of purchase, this is like grabbing the best deals during a sale. So prices can change based on when you buy. If you shop early, or you might buy on anniversary sales, you might snag a bargain. Next is yung customer behavior. So if you're a loyal customer, so some businesses might reward you with discount, diba, loyalty discount. So because they want you to keep you coming back, so they offer you better prices. And last is yung price sensitivity. So some people are willing to pay more for certain things. Businesses take advantage of this by adjusting the prices. So for instance, people are ready to pay more for warm jackets during winter. Have different types of differential pricing. So first is the first degree price discrimination. It's also called perfect price discrimination. It involves charging each customer the maximum price they are willing to pay. So example nito is yung auction. So di ba sa auction, each bidder pays a unique price. So meron kang base price, then magpapataasan kayo, and who can pay or willing to pay the highest can get the item or product. We also have the second degree price discrimination. So prices vary based on the quantity of purchase or type of product or service bundle. So example niya, yung mga bulk discount, diba? Or wholesale discount. Mas mababa yung price niya pag bulk or wholesale yung bibili mo compared to per piece or mas konti. Have the third degree price discrimination. So prices are based on customer segments such as age, location, or income. So ito yung kanina pa natin binabanggit, yung mga student or senior discount, and then other location-based pricing. Okay, so we also have dynamic pricing. So prices fluctuate based on real-time demand and supply conditions. So nandiyan nga yun. Yung airline tickets and ride-sharing apps, di ba? Pagka sa airline tickets, the earlier you buy, the cheaper or the lower the price compared to, and then of course, pagka peak season, mas mataas yung presyo niya. No? So same with ride-sharing apps kapag yung tawag natin na anong oras yun? Yung peak hours ng uwian, no? Mas mahal ang price since mas limited yung may offer nila na service. Have yung geographical pricing. So different prices are charged different depending on the customer's location. So regional variation in product pricing due to transportation cost or local demand. So I don't know if you notice na mas mahal actually yung mga petrol o yung gasolina natin habang lumalayo ka sa Manila. So pag magta-travel kayo, kindly observe, no? Even they have the same company or brand nung gasolinahan, it varies yung prices niya habang lumalayo ka because charge din siyempre yung cost or yung minsan yung local demand ng product. We also have time-based pricing. So prices are based on the time of purchase or usage. So yung tinatawag na kanina, nabanggit lang siya when it comes to peak and off-peak electricity rates, early bird discount. So ano ba yung mga examples of different pricing in action? So when it comes to airlines and hotels, prices vary based on booking time, the class, and demand. When it comes to e-commerce, personalized offers and discounts based on browsing history and user behavior. Sa utilities naman, charging different rates for energy use during peak and off-peak hours. And when it comes to theaters and amusement parks, they are offering lower prices for children or discount for off-season visit. Benefits of differential pricing. So first is the increased revenue. So you can maximize profit by capturing different consumer groups' willingness to pay. And for better resources utilization, so it helps balance demand and prevent over or underutilization of resources. When it comes to market expansion, it makes the product accessible to more customer segments at varied price points. Okay, so when it comes to challenges of differential pricing, we have the customer's perception. So customers may view differential pricing as unfair. Diba kaya sometimes it's called differential discrimination pricing or discriminatory pricing because it's not implemented transparently. When it comes to complexity, it requires robust data collection and analysis to determine optimal prices for each segment. And for the regulatory risk, price discrimination may attract legal scrutiny in certain industries or region. Factors may affect differential pricing. We have the customer behaviors, understanding price sensitivity, and willingness to pay. And for the market competition, we have to adjust price based on competitors' pricing strategies. And for the cost structure, we have to ensure that the prices cover all the costs and maintain profitability. And for the regulatory environment, adhering to laws and regulations related to pricing. Advantages of differential pricing. So first is yung larger customer base. So with differential pricing, businesses can attract wide range of customers. So imagine a store that offers discount to students, seniors, and loyal customers. So this strategy brings in more people and expanding their customer base. Next is yung boosted revenue. So in an airline industry, when demand is high, the prices surge and go up so that the customer is paying more for the same ride than at the time when the demand is less. Next is the efficient cost management. So companies have to be smart and with their money. So using differential pricing, they can cover their cost effectively. They charge higher prices to customers who can pay more, ensuring they make a profit. Next is the reduced waste. Diba? When businesses sell products at the right price, less waste. No? So it's like selling ice cream on a hot day when people want it and it doesn't melt away. So this way, businesses can use their resources wisely. And last is the customer loyalty. So giving discounts to loyal customers make them feel special. It's like getting a birthday gift from a friend. This builds loyalty and customer base. Builds loyalty and loyal customers come back for more, boosting companies' long-term success. Current differential pricing may offer various benefits. It also comes with some drawbacks. So some of there are lowering earnings on discounts. So when companies offer discounts through differential pricing, they make less money on each sale. It's like selling a car at a lower price. You earn less even if more people buy it. Of course, there is a risk of losing customers. So if prices go up after discount, some customers may feel cheated and go elsewhere. It's like inviting someone to a party, and when they're charging them an entrance fee, they might not come to your next party. When it comes to reselling and exploitation, some customer may buy products at a discount and then sell them at the regular prices. It's like someone buying cheap concert tickets and selling them for a higher price. So this can hurt the business. When it comes to complexity and confusion, managing different prices for various customer groups can be complex. It's like juggling too many balls at once. So businesses need to keep track of those who gets what price, and that can lead to confusion. And lastly, potential for unfairness. So if not done carefully, different pricing can be unfair. Charging different prices based on factors like age or income and may not sit well with customers. So it's like giving better food to some people in a restaurant just because they look richer. Consideration in differential pricing is important to ensure that pricing strategies are fair, transparent, and justifiable. So when it comes to transparency and justifiability, pricing strategy should be clear and based on factors that customers can understand, such as demand, location, or service customization. This helps ensure that customers don't feel misled or unfairly treated. So, secondly, avoiding discriminatory practices. So, businesses must be careful not to exploit vulnerable groups. So, pricing should not be discriminatory based on race, gender, or other protected characteristics. So this prevents harm to certain customers groups and ensure fairness. And lastly, educating customers. It's crucial to explain why different prices are being offered. Educating customers on factors like market conditions, loyalty programs, or product features can build trust to help customers feel more comfortable with the pricing system. So this ensures that variable pricing is or differential pricing is ethical, promotes fairness, and maintains positive customer relation. We have dynamic pricing strategy. So let's not be confused with other pricing strategies like differential pricing. So differential pricing refers to the pricing of the product based on customers' behavior and characteristics, such as previous purchases or spending ability. On the other hand, dynamic pricing refers to the setting of pricing according to the market condition and similar related factors. So, for example, take an airline ticket. So, the ticket for the exact same flight with the same destination has different prices during the different times of booking. And then when it comes to music concert, they tend to increase their ticket sales with the use of clever dynamic pricing. So initially they keep the prices low and raise them as the concert raise the price of the ticket as the concert dates comes near. Dynamic pricing is to maximize revenue. So it helps businesses capitalize on peak demand. Next is reflects market conditions. So adjust prices to reflect supply and demand. And next is enhance competitiveness. So it keeps businesses responsive to competitor pricing and market changes. And also personalized offers. Use data to offer prices tailored to individual customers. Different types of dynamic pricing. First is the time-based pricing. So the price vary based on time of the day, week, or a season. So ang example nito is mga seasonal sales. So 'di ba, mas mahal ang ham during or before Christmas rather than the regular days. Demand-based pricing. So prices increases during high demand and decreases during low demand. So example natin kanina is yung concert ticket, 'di ba? Pagka initial price nila is lower or the regular price, but as the concert comes to the date, 'di ba? Kung mataas ang demand, maraming naghahanap doon, tumataas yung price niya. Then we also have the segment-based pricing. So different prices for different customer segment based on their willingness to pay. So kanina nabanggit din natin yung discounts for students or senior citizen. The competitor-based pricing. So adjusting the price to remain competitive in the market. So example nito yung mga e-commerce price matching algorithms na system. So kung mapapansin, di ba, we tend to when we are shopping online, we tend to compare products on various platform. So ito yung one of the strategy that they are using to remain competitive in the e-commerce platform. Have the peak pricing. So the price is higher during peak usage times or periods. So yan yung hotel rates and resort, di ba? During peak seasons and holidays yan. Ngayong summer, napakahirap ngayon mag-book ng mga beach or mga resorts because many of them are fully booked. Dynamic pricing. First is the revenue optimization. So we can adjust to maximize profits during the high demand, and also better resource utilization. So we can align the inventory or service capacity with the demand. So kung mas mataas ang demand, we can adjust our stock or projection. Next is increase customer reach. Offer lower prices to attract price-sensitive customers during off-peak times, and of course the competitive edge, so keeps prices relevant and competitive in fluctuating markets. So we have to be parang up to date when it comes to dynamic pricing so we can be competitive in our prices. Challenges of dynamic pricing. First is the customer perception. So dynamic pricing might lead to perception of unfairness since same product have different price points, di ba? Parang paiba-iba yung presyo niya, but hindi ganun, or mas mura yung ngayon kaysa nung nabili mo siya. When it comes to operational complexity, it requires sophisticated system and expertise. So paano mo ba siya i-implement? Hindi lang siya ganun kadali na, ay gusto ko ganito, ganyan. So we have various systems and of course experience, no, from the business. And then when it comes to regulatory issues, it has the risk of price gouging or violating pricing regulations. So, di ba, may mga times na napapakinggan nyo sa news na mayroong price ceiling or naka-freeze yung prices ng mga bilihin, especially during emergency time. So, you can violate some laws or regulation when it comes to dynamic pricing. And then last is the market volatility. So rapid changes in prices can confuse customers. Key components of dynamic pricing. So first is the maximize revenue. So of course it helps businesses to capitalize on peak demand. It reflects the market conditions. So adjust prices to reflect supply and demand. Kapag mas mataas ang demand, tumataas ang price. And when it comes to lower demand, bababa din yung price natin. So it also enhance competitiveness. So it keeps businesses responsive to the competitor pricing and the market changes. So kung may magtataas, tataas ka din. Or you can, if the market is poor, you can lower also your price. When it comes to personalized offers, this uses data to offer prices tailored to the individual customers. Advantages of dynamic pricing. So first is higher profit and sales. So with dynamic pricing, you can get to increase prices on the products whose demands have risen, netting you more profits and sales. Second is adjusting to competition. So dynamic pricing allows you to take your customer shopping preferences into account and provide a better experience at a cheaper price than your competitors. It also have the flexibility. So dynamic pricing provides the ability to focus on different resources of revenue while breaking even during the harshest of times. Next is the better inventory management. So dynamic pricing provides indirect control over inventory by enabling discounts or on overstock products or high prices for high demand items, ensuring supply chain maintenance, revenue growth, and inventory flow even during challenging times. And lastly, demand reflective pricing. So dynamic pricing benefits businesses with limited supply by maximizing profits during high demand and benefits customer with lower price during periods of low demand. And for the disadvantages of dynamic pricing, first is the customer dissatisfaction. So dynamic pricing is a double-edged sword as it can build trust with customers who pay less while alienating those who pay more, potentially harming your brand and value. Second is the loss of sales. Dynamic pricing can boost profit margins and sales, but improper implementation may result in lost customers and sales, specifically or especially in competitors if competitors have significantly lower prices for the same product. Third is not applicable everywhere. No? So dynamic pricing works better in certain industries where profit margins take precedence, while others prioritize customer satisfaction, leading to improved brand image when applied thoughtfully. And then last is the price fluctuation. So dynamic prices can cause significant market price fluctuations as competitors may offer prices to boost volume when you raise yours or undercut your prices, potentially backfiring on your strategy. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion for chapter 8. So thank you, and please review because on our next meeting we're going to have a quiz. So again, thank you for your attention. God bless and keep safe.